Hello, Club Culture family. This is episode 67. We got a special guest with us here today. Why are you looking so weird, bro?
I was anticipating where to jump
you thought,
in.
I
was trying to catch it. I don't know where you was going.
We have a special guest here with us today. She goes by the name of Lyrica. Lyrical? Mm-hmm. Really? Haven't I been saying Lyrica this whole time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lyrical. I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine. Or lyric.
Lyrical.
I'm like, the EPK say
Not
lyrical.
Jay gonna say you can call her lyric.
Somebody
Who are
made
you,
a typo.
sir? Who are you? Oh, okay. Yeah. That's why you ain't
Lyrica
correct me
is
yet.
Definitely a medicine.
My bad. Okay. Well, we have a special guest here today. Lyrical. Shut
Ain't
up.
you the scholar?
And I am the scholar, but people make mistakes, man. So this episode is probably going to be my favorite this season because I finally get to have somebody talk to you rappers and talk about just how poorly you are managing you all selves. And Jonesy, I know that is your favorite thing to talk about as well.
No, it's not. I hate talking about rappers. I hate dealing with rappers. I hate rap. I hate it.
Well, if you're on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. And if you're on your favorite streaming platform, thank you for tuning in and make sure you leave us a rating.
Boom. I was paying attention. You ain't Pete.
All right, Lyric.
Okay. Okay. Good morning.
It is the morning.
Yeah.
How was your travel? Coming to Atlanta. Now you from Chicago, right?
I'm from Chicago, yes.
Yeah, so let's just start from the beginning. We normally start off with a game, but okay. I want to get into talking about you before we get to the game.
Okay, cool.
So I went through and read up on you, and I just find you extremely interesting because you're adopted.
I am.
My uncle was adopted, and we had him come on the pod, and he talked about his upbringing, and then learning his biological family. So I particularly wanted to start with just that.
Okay.
You were born in Chicago?
So I was born in Chicago. Well, as far as I know.
Okay.
But the place where I was adopted from was the Cradle Society in Evanston.
Okay.
So that's where I physically were, but they don't give me like any information on that.
Now, when you say people that you know Evanston is the place, do anybody from Chicago give you flack for and say that you're not from Chicago when you say that?
Nobody knows that a lot of people don't know my situation about being adopted. So when I say anything about Evanston, like when I do speak on it, I only know like what I know or what I've been told.
Chicago must be real. They might be the most prideful people in the world about where they're from and who claim it.
If you would go to CPS, you from Indiana.
Yeah. So you were adopted by a family at what age?
I wasn't adopted by family. So my whole situation was I was adopted from the Cradle Society in 1976. My parents that I'm with now, which are my mom and my father, they're no different or whatever. My mother at the time had a miscarriage. From my understanding, she is a medical doctor in the state of Illinois. A lot of people know her, Dr. McCulley. She had a miscarriage. She decided that she wanted to adopt a child because I guess whatever the damage the miscarriage did messed her body up. So she decided to adopt. And they went through a closed adoption. So now, from my understanding, like the state of Illinois has open adoptions. I don't really know what that is, what that means or whatever. But yeah, they adopted me at 5 days old. I was put up for adoption by my grandmother, my birth mom's mom. And it's a whole story about that whole debacle now that I've found out everything that I know. But I'm eternally grateful for my birth grandmother. I love her dearly. I did have a chance to meet her, met my great grandmother, met my birth mom. I have siblings. I have a niece and nephew. So that part of my life, was just that part of my life. But I'm very blessed to have met them. I was adopted into an amazing, amazing family. They got me at 5 days old. I cannot complain, whatever. So, yeah.
Now, do you know the difference between an open and closed adoption?
I don't really care.
Okay, because I was going to ask.
Like, from my understanding, a closed adoption is that I wouldn't have been able to go back and get any paperwork or any information on myself at all. An open adoption, from my understanding now, is the child has a chance to like dibble and dabble in their paperwork.
Right.
So back in the 70s, everything was like close knit. You didn't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
So if the child decided that they wanted to find out something, so when I was 16, I was very inquisitive of knowing like, who do I, not so much who do I belong to, but
who are you?
But who am I? Because
Yeah.
for the longest, I would see a fair skinned person like me and be like, oh, that could be my mom or my daddy. Or I see a dark skinned person, or like the mailman could be my daddy. I went through that whole phase. Or like seeing somebody in the store, like, oh, I look just like them because I have hazel eyes and I have a good grade. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? But I found out that I was adopted at 7 years old, sitting at the table eating Burger King, watching Punky Brewster. And my parents are they're darker skinned. And my mom was like, hey, do you know like what? I forgot the girl's name on TV. And she's like, you're like her. And I'm like, I'm not white. What do you mean I'm like her?
Yeah.
And she was like, you're adopted. But I was 7.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
So you don't really,
Yeah. So like once I learned, then I became like super bad. I always was just in some shit. And then my mom was like, maybe you need to, now that you know, maybe you need to go, let's find out who your other family is. Just so you can get this, whatever it is. Because I was rebelling at the time and I'm being rude and disrespectful. And I'm like, oh, you're not my mom, you're not my, like, stupid shit at the time. But I'm so in love with my parents because they have done an amazing job with my life. And I'm a gold spoon child. I've always had everything that I wanted. All the time, and I think that they probably did over and beyond because of me being adopted. So they adopted me and my brother. My brother has since passed, but yeah, adopted. So when it comes to close and open, it's like it don't matter. Like
how you explained it is actually what it is, though. So you did a good job.
I didn't even see you bring it up.
I pulled it up. I pulled it up.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's a beautiful story because we talk so much about your upbringing and how that can like pretty much dictate how you come out as an adult. And so your story is beautiful because you're one of those stories that show that even through so many adversities and obstacles that you still can come and have a satisfied life. You can attain some type of success and don't allow like your adversities to describe you and why you didn't overcome things. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think when you're dealing with a person that's adopted, we definitely truly have abandonment issues. So I was born into trauma and I had nothing to do with trauma.
Right.
Like I was just born into it.
Yeah.
And though adoption can be an amazing experience, it's still traumatic to the child because you don't feel like you have once you figure it out, it's like you really don't have a place. Like I said, I'm in this beautiful life with my parents, but in my mind I'm still like, but damn, my mama ain't want me. I never knew what this whole situation was. I just hated her because I felt like she put me in a situation. Then once I met her and found out she was trying to keep me, and it was more my grandmother that was like, oh, I wasn't having no grandchild at this age. It was gonna cramp my style. Like I put you where you needed to be, and it's a whole story with that. But like, when you become when you're an adopted person, you deal with a lot of stuff that you carry.
Yeah.
Right.
And people don't know that, like in the entertainment industry. I think it was something, they were interviewing Tiana Taylor for something, and she was saying something about how I think kind of sort of like when you are an adopted person, you should be very grateful or something. Like, and you can't tell people how to feel. I don't even know if that was even the clip, but it was something like that. And I had made a comment. And I've had like over like 1,000 people always just liking it, but it was more so for me, like when you are an adopted child, you can't really tell us how to feel. Like we're very appreciative, I'm sure, but then you have people that are in foster care. I never went that route. I was adopted at 5 days on into a beautiful family. They made sure that I looked like somebody in my family, so I would never have to physically think like, you're my, you know what I'm saying? Something different. So I look like my aunt, which was fair skinned and Indian. I have eyes just like my uncle who has green eyes. I have a body structure like my grandmother. You know what I mean? Like, so back in closed adoption days, you can pick kind of like how you want your child to look or something like that. but we go through a lot.
Mhm.
We go through a lot. You don't want to go through it, but like in life, you go through a lot of different shit.
So I know you said you deal with abandonment issues, but how do you deal with attachment?
What is your attachment?
Yeah,
style,
like what's your attachment style? Like, are you quick to cut people off?
Very.
Oh,
I'm very, but I'm attached to who I'm attached to.
Right.
That makes sense. So I'm very attached to my children because I can't imagine, like, my kids are a priority, not an option. You know what I mean? So I can't imagine like not showing up as their mom in every single way that I'm supposed to. But I also had to learn how to be a mother because I had my child at 16. You know what I'm saying? Well, I got pregnant at 16. And so when I finally found my birth parent, or when they found me, it was this whole thing about a 17-year curse. So when I had Ashley, I was 17. When my mom had me, she was 17. When my grandmother had her, she was 17.
That's crazy.
So Ashley broke the 17-year. She broke the curse because she doesn't have any children.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out Ashley.
Right. Shout
out Ashley.
Right. And so
breaking generational curses.
Yeah.
That's a generational curse that just got
that
broke.
Really is. And so I'm a very attached to what is attached to me. And I think I'm so passionate just about life because nobody knows this side of me of why, like, if something happens and I just don't get it, or like, how could you not treat me the way? Because I feel like for me, I have to treat you right from inception. I have to treat you right from the time we have a conversation because my conscience is too bad because I don't want to fail God. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, inception, I was never treated right from inception. So, you know what I'm saying? Because I went through stuff that I didn't even know I was going through being created. So that's why I'm so passionate about people in general. And so when I have a situation, it's just like, what the fuck? Because I would have never did you that way. But people are different in life.
Yeah.
You were your upbringing. You didn't come through what I came through. I came through a portal of bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
Really. Like, you know, they was going to shit me off as soon as I was born. And they did that.
And they already knew that too. That's what's crazy. Going into it. My
mom was fighting to keep me, but my grandmother was very powerful and wasn't having it.
So have you met your biological father?
No, I would love to meet him.
Okay.
I would love to meet him. We did it. We went through the whole, like, we were trying the process of trying to find him or whatever. But my dad is so stern, and I love my daddy. And I'm just, sometimes I just be like, just keep Bernard, because I don't ever want him to feel like.
His name's Bernard.
Yeah.
Such a dad name.
Bernard and Doris. My mama's name is Doris. My daddy's name is Bernard.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. But I've always wanted to meet him because I'm sure I have siblings. I'm his oldest child. But my grandmother, like, she paid him off from my understanding. He signed a birth certificate. I know his name, but I don't know. We can't find him.
So when you say paid him off, like real life, like, hey, stay out our life.
Stay out of my daughter.
Or it's, yeah,
she paid him off.
That's crazy.
Now, would you know if he's potentially like way older than your biological mother?
No, they're the same. I think they're the same age. He was he went to Lincoln University in Missouri. He was a wrestler.
I'll let you know.
Like, I think he was like, I don't know if he was a senior or a junior. I don't really know. But he was like maybe like 2 years older than my mom. She doesn't remember. I don't know. She doesn't remember. She doesn't even know how my grandmother found him.
So he was a senior in college at 16?
He wasn't. He had to be like a sophomore then.
Okay.
He had to be a sophomore because my mother was her freshman year in college.
And he was a sophomore.
He was a sophomore.
So he was smart.
He was very smart, but I know nothing.
Or you
I know nothing. I just know what I see on paper.
Man, I had some times at Lincoln University, boy.
Lincoln University?
No.
Oh.
No. But I had some times. Had some times.
Yeah. So
shout out them SG Rose,
man.
Man.
His name is Charles Edwards.
Charles Edwards.
Yep. That's what his name. That's what the papers say.
So, do your kids ever have questions about their identity, and you have you ever experienced that and you just like couldn't answer their questions, and did that like affect you negatively or positively in a way?
Ashley and Kamari, like my family, that's all they know. That's all they know. And when I remember having a conversation with them when they got older, I think. And then when I met my birth mom, they met my birth mom. You know, so it was cool for them to be able to see like what they look like. Cause that's what I've been searching for all my life. Like, okay, let me see, like, you know, but when they met, but it was still like, okay, that's cool. But
like, yeah, this grandma, but yeah.
No, this is my grandma, my granddaddy right here. Like they're so supportive of me in that. But I do wonder sometimes, do they ever have they ever talked about it, or do they ever think, or like maybe they understand like why I'm so passionate about, like I'm overly passionate about my kids, but it's because that's the only bloodline that I really got. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm inside of this family, which is my family.
Keep the mic close to you.
I'm inside of this family, which is my family, but over here, this is my bloodline as well, because I just met them or whatever. But like for the longest, it was like a triangle. It was me, Ashley, Kamari. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So what's holidays like with y'all? It's probably lit.
Holidays is amazing.
Yeah, it sounds like fun with y'all.
Holidays is amazing. Everybody always goes to my Instagram and watches because my mom's family, everybody gets a gift, and it's a lot of us. So we have that Christmas where it's a big tree and every single person gets a gift. The grandparent, my mom and my dad, my uncles, everybody has to buy everybody a gift. Y'all not leaving out the house without 20 gifts.
Y'all looking for a nephew? That's something, you know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah. So how did you figure out your identity as a mother with knowing that your upbringing is not the most traditional?
First off, I was a teenage mom.
Yeah.
You know.
Y'all grew up together.
Yeah, we basically grew up together, and we had the hardest time because she was like my sister more so than my daughter, and I didn't know how to be a mom. You know what I mean? And my parents were so supportive, like, oh, okay, well, like, because even when I was pregnant with Ashley, my mom had the whole conversation with me, and she was like, go away to school. I actually was running track at the time. I was getting a track scholarship and everything, and I fucked around and got pregnant. And I remember my mom was like, well, you know what, like, you can go away to school, we'll keep the baby, or we'll adopt the baby. And it triggered me, and that's when I knew, like, I'm not giving my fucking child up. You don't even like, and I was so mad at my mother for even saying that, but I got it.
I don't even know why she even used that word.
But I think that she just was just like, you know, she like, I want you to live your life. You've worked so hard to do this, and now you've had this situation, so I'm not getting an abortion. That's out of I'm not doing that. I'm not killing my kid.
Yeah.
But I was 17, like, you know what I mean, when I had her, and I did not know how to be a mom. I did my best. So it was a lot of trial and error. It was a lot of, you know, thinking I knew everything or whatever. And I'm just kind of like, you know, whatever. But by the time I had Kamari, I had figured it the fuck out. Like, oh, okay, well, this is whatever. So it kind of drew a wedge between me and Ash somewhat, because she was my baby, but she was also my mom and my dad's baby, you know? So, I don't know, I did my best. That's all. When it comes to my parenting, I do my fucking best because I'm a single mother as well. And though their fathers were in their life, they were not in their life like I expected them to be, and to be present. And because I come from a strong household, plus once I figured out who my birth family was, and I saw that they're very strong, and there's a lot of alpha women just in my life. It was alpha women over there that I never knew about. My grandmother made an amazing boss ass move, you know what I mean? Then my mother is like, what is she, 77, 78? She's still an internal medicine doctor. She's always gonna be a doctor, but internal medicine doctor in the state of Illinois, still practicing medicine, still has her own practice, you know. And then my daughter is very strong. So, I don't know. I did the best I could.
Are you at the point in life where your kids want to talk about their upbringing now, and like, hey, mom, I feel like, you know, I'm this way because when
they tell me all the time, like when I cut out. So Kamari has this running joke, like when I used to have like a haircut, my hair was really short. It's like, oh, mom, when your hair was short, you used to be Ashley, remember how mine used to be? I was like, I used to be a bitch. You're like, yeah, you used to be like, when you had that short haircut, you was nothing nice. But my kids are very funny.
Uh-huh.
They're very funny. They are very close. And we are extremely close because they're the only people that ever heard my heartbeat from the inside. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my love for them is retarded. And the friendship that I have for them, they're my friends, they're my best friends. And I don't think as a parent you don't learn that until you really go through shit with them. And so I try to teach them now to be, they're so close, but I want them to be closer because I understand what it is to have with that. I had everything I wanted in my life growing up, and I still felt like I was missing something. And I was, you know, I was, but yeah.
Now, do you feel like your kids know two different moms per se?
They do.
Like okay.
Do. And I hate that.
Because that's how I am with my brothers. Like our version of dad is two totally different versions. Yeah.
And I hate that, but I understand it now. Even you saying that, it's like I understand it now from Ashley's position. You know what I mean? I understand. Because a lot of times, a lot of people like on social media, it's like you really, really, really support Kamari. And it's like, I support both of my children, equally, but in the back end, you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not, I'm always going to support both of my babies, but my daughter also felt like she's an Aries, so she feels like she's going to do her thing and it's going to be the way she wants to do it, and you're not going to be able to tell her anything.
Yeah.
And she's going to
figure right with her. You know,
yeah, she's going to have to figure it out. And so for that, it's like, okay, cool. But then I got Kamari, who's a Sagittarius, and Kamari he's a mommy's boy. But it's okay though. And I feel like that's okay because I don't really feel like that was by choice. I just feel like the situation that presented itself, like, that's my nigga. Like,
yeah, we love our moms, man.
Yeah, and I think that's okay though. I don't think that that's like a bad thing. And I would expect my daughter, because my daughter's strong, so I would expect her not to need me as much, even though I feel like she needs me. But sons have to figure it out a whole different way, because y'all have to have some nurturing type of love, as well as my daughter had nurturing love. But I feel like with men and boys, when they're growing up and they don't have everything that they don't have like the 2-parent household, or they don't have like the conversations that they're always gonna need, I had to overdo my part. Overdo my part.
Dang.
You need the men around.
I need Ashley here with me real quick to hear her perspective, because just trying to even feel what that might have felt like. My mom, she always said that she had aunties that didn't really care for her like they would care for her other siblings, because she appeared to be like the strong one that didn't really need nobody, so they didn't check in on her.
That shit is real. And it's not, that bothers me so much, because I did the best that I could. However, like, I was always with my child. But when I tell you, it was like oil and water. And I never wanted her to feel like I didn't love her enough, or like, it was just like when Kamari was born, that divided us some type of way. And I hate that it did, because they were super, super close. Yeah. You know? But at that time, I'm in the world, I'm working, I'm tired. You know what I mean? I'm just doing a lot. And I think a realization, like, was a couple of years ago when Kamari was in high school. And he was like, "Ma, sometimes I don't like coming to talk to you because everything is so fast. Everything is like, okay, what do you want? Okay, okay, let me go figure it out. You know."
I was just gonna say, how we gonna figure it out?
Okay, let's figure it out. And then he was like, sometimes I just need you to listen. And it clicked on. That's all Ashley always told me. "Ma, I just need you to listen sometimes. Like, just listen." So as I got older, it's like, yep, I'm gonna listen.
My little sister just told me that literally this morning, because I'm like that with her.
Yeah, it's like fast. Like, come on, let's hurry up and get to what the problem is. Let's figure it out. And once he had that conversation with me, it was just like, let me slow down, because in life, you tend to, when you're in this life, or when you're in any life that is very fast, you tend to wash up fast, use the bathroom fast, cook fast, walk fast, talk fast, get on the phone fast. You're doing everything fast until something has to slow you down. And for me, nothing in life ever is like knock me off my square, to slow me down. It was more so my both of my babies saying like, "Ma, you don't listen. Like you can't fix everything with just doing stuff so fast."
You hear that, Ma? Dang.
Yeah.
As a youngest child, like I'm definitely with y'all kids or like your sister. Like I feel that we don't want y'all to solve it, bro. Let us figure it out too.
Listen to me talk.
Yeah, y'all figured it out. We watched y'all figure it out. Let us figure it out too.
I told my little sister today that you need to say that in the conversation, because she said, "I know that you want to solve my problems. Like that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But sometimes I just want to talk." And I said, "Well, you need to let me know that if you know that's me, I'm always listening to solve. Just say, hey, I'm calling to say,
I'm just calling to talk.
Yeah, I'm not calling for you. I'm good. I don't need help.
Yeah.
It's just this." And then I could turn it down.
Man, sometimes we just got to get straight to it. As soon as you pick up the phone, it's, hey, bro, listen to me.
Well, that's y'all rolling the conversation, because it's a two-way street. You got to let us know, and we got to.
Because keep in mind, like, nobody is a perfect conversationalist.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and I think from the perspective of just being a parent in general, I used to go around to high schools because I used to get booked for speaking in child development classes. And so I would always go in and speak about abstinence before I even touch the adoption part, because if you create a conversation about abstinence and not having any type of sex, it stops you from having to give up a child from adoption, because a feeling creates a person. A feeling of an itch to have sex or to do something creates a person.
Yes.
That you cannot get rid of.
So you start at the
point.
You start at the don't do it.
Don't do it.
The same thing I've been on this motherfucker saying. Don't do it.
Like,
leave it alone.
Your feelings. And I think when it came to my kids, if I could do it all over again, I would still do it all over again the same way, because Ashley is my best friend, but she will tell you, she will sit on this couch and be like, you know, I didn't like my mama, and it's okay. And
T can relate to that.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Like, chill.
You don't
know. And then you'll have Kamari that'll sit here and be like, my mama, my dog.
Mom's the best.
You know what I'm saying? But I love the way that they have conversations, and I love the way that they have two different perspectives on one person. And I love the way that it was just a situation. We just had a situation where, and I'm not going to say what it is, but Ashley needed me for something. And she has no idea how good that felt. And it actually came out on a FaceTime call with her, Kamari, and me. And so Kamari was in the background like, I knew you was going to need my you know what I'm saying? And it was funny because I showed up that quick, because that's my heart. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do whatever it is that I can do, because I feel like some stuff I got to make up on, but I just be wanting her to know, like, it wasn't her. I didn't do it. I was a kid.
Yeah. And
then by the time I had this nigga, like, I'm still a kid, but I'm trying not to fuck up as much as I fucked up here, but I never fucked up with her for not being there for her.
Yeah.
I just think I was living in a life, and my brother had just passed away. Like, I'm just the hustle and bustle of having to, like, figure out my purpose. I'm working in corporate America. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make sure I can get her everything that she needs. Fuck around. I had this nigga. Now I'm like, I really got to grow up. Really got to figure it out. And that's it. But I love my babies equally.
So you don't have a favorite?
I don't.
I'm the favorite.
I hate what parents cap. Y'all know y'all be having favorites.
No,
she probably don't.
No, I don't have a favorite.
She don't got the dynamic that creates a favorite.
I just know that the time difference was the timing of them. It was the timing of them. Because I think if I would have had Ashley in my 20s, I was pregnant at 16. I had a child at 17. 18, I'm trying to figure it out and graduate out of high school. 19, it's like, damn, I got to go to work. 20, I didn't have Kamari, so I think I was like 22, 23. That's 7.
That's a difference. That's me and my oldest brother.
Yeah, it's like, imagine having a child. When I see, like, my nieces and nephew and they 16, I'm like, fuck, I was working. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, no, it's completely different, but I love them equally.
Now, we talking about you as a mother. I'm someone that preaches individualism. Okay. Have you figured out, or at what age did you figure out your own self, Lyric, as an individual, not attached to being a mom or a daughter, just you, yourself?
Nope. Nope.
And I asked that question because I felt like you was gonna say no. Just talking about how you just always on the go. And I don't think a lot of, I'm just speaking for women because I was just raised by women. I don't think a lot of women get to figure out their own identity, not attached to something else or someone else, because they just have a kid and, or
Yeah, I think maybe I could say maybe like recent. I've always, and this probably don't have nothing to do, but I've always been a person that I like to go to the movies by myself. I like to go out to eat by myself.
It's great.
I like to go to the store by myself, unless I want to be bothered with people. I like to stay in a hotel room by myself. I'm that person. I'm very much that person. And I think maybe because I'm attached to so much, because my essence probably, my inner child probably makes me be attached. But now that I'm older, it's just like, I'm cool with because you see a person will come to something like, I got to come with a whole bunch of people.
Boy.
I'm coming by myself. You know what I mean? It's more intimate that way. I ain't got to be bothered with
less people to be responsible for.
And then I'm in an industry where I'm around a lot as well. But when I'm by myself, it's like I'm by myself. And now that I'm older, okay, now it's like I don't have to get on the phone and talk. I can just shoot a text. I'm getting there. I'm getting to that point. So if I'm only responsible for myself, I have no drama.
Now, what brought you into poetry?
So as far as I thought, I just had a way with words. My mother was a poet.
Yeah, you say your kids are the first one, the only ones to feel your heartbeat. I was like, shh, hey, I ain't never heard that one. That was a good one.
Yeah. So my mother, my birth mother, I call her Sharon, who I don't have a relationship with anymore. She was a poet. I thought, I'm a singer. My aunt Sheila is a singer. I was athletic. My father was a wrestler. So yeah. So poetry came through. I came through the portal of poetry.
Do you think talents is genetics, or it can just be bestowed upon whoever?
I think it's definitely genetic.
Okay.
I think it's definitely genetic. I think somebody in the bloodline from either the inner now is actually where you get it from. And I think everybody has talent. Everybody, every single person on this earth has a talent. You just have to figure out what it is. Yeah. And to figure out what it is, it takes time for you to understand. Oh, I know how to clean the shit out of something. That's a talent. That's a talent. Oh, I know how to park the shit out of a car.
Hey, that's me.
That's a talent.
Yeah, everybody can't parallel park.
Oh God.
How can you capitalize off of it?
Yeah,
is the thing that you have to figure out.
Yeah, I think people do have a hard time figuring that part out on how to capitalize off of it.
It's purpose. You're not gonna figure out what your purpose is until God is ready for you to figure it out.
So you get out there.
Yep.
You gotta want to search for your purpose, for the purpose to come to you.
Gotta get out there and let your nuts hang.
I love him.
You got to.
Listen,
I'm glad somebody does.
Nephew,
you got to.
If my nephew Kyan ever, what's your daddy name?
Darren.
Okay.
Nah, he wasn't moving like that. He ain't get no hoes like that.
If my nephew, I'm gonna make my nephew watch this because you are the splitting image of him.
Yeah,
Kyan. This is your brother.
He said my daddy ain't get no hoes.
He ain't get no hoes. My pops used to try to cheat and failed. I'm like, yeah, bro, just hang it up. Hang it up, bro.
Yeah, but yeah.
That's funny. Now, excuse me. Poetry. Because you said you got it through genetics. Did you want to be like a big poet, or what did young Lyric want to be when she was?
I wanted to be a veterinarian and a criminal justice attorney.
Did you ever try to go through that route, or that was just young?
Did.
Yeah.
Yep. I never did the whole animal thing.
Yeah.
But I definitely went to Chicago State for 4 years for criminal justice.
Okay.
I was always inquisitive about the law, kind of sort of, but the poetry, I just had a really good way of wording things and never really understood why it just came. So for years my mom would be like, oh, you just used to take a piece of paper and just write notes, and I would just stick them everywhere. And that's how I created my first book. All of everything that's in that book called Relation SHHH versus relationships are notes that I had in my car from everywhere. And I think it's like 465 pages. And I collabed with a lot of different poets around the world. And that was my first book. And I did that after my brother passed.
Is it still available?
Is it out?
It's on Amazon.
Yeah, we finna cop.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon.
I'm a reader.
Oh, good.
So, yeah.
Very raw poetry.
Did you get
you was gonna say something smart. What?
Did you get Jada book?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't really. I might get to it, but it's not on my list right now. Okay. Not in quarter 4.
Now, how did your kids find their like what did they want to do? Because I know Ashley, she's rapping, so she probably through genetics with you, but basketball.
Ashley played ball. Ashley played basketball. She just was a hooper. She was very good at hoop. I'm trying to think of anybody on her dad's side played ball. I don't think so. She just was a good ass basketball player, and she played with my brother. I think my brother kind of introduced her to basketball because we had this hoop in the driveway. She was very good at basketball, but it doesn't surprise me that she got the talent for words. But I didn't know that I even had the talent until I didn't even know I could sing until I was singing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I never planned on any of this at all. Kamari comes from a family of hoopers. Okay. So his cousins all play basketball. His dad played basketball. He played basketball. His sister plays basketball. But then Kamari is also a rapper. He also has a way with words. He also watched his sister do everything, and he mimicked every single thing of her. But Kamari can also sing. He doesn't know I know that, but he can sing. Ashley can sing.
How did you discover that he could sing?
I discovered that he could sing when he was in the shower.
Oh yeah, if you hear him in the shower, you getting the real stuff.
And I'm like, oh, that nigga doing a riff.
Yeah, he probably don't know. You know what I'm saying?
And then Ashley, since she's been doing music since she was 14, she has this like little voice. Super little is super pretty. But yeah.
Now we ain't gonna skip over you a classically trained musician part.
So
yeah. So do your kids play instruments too?
No, neither one of them. I wonder, can they though?
I'm sure they got the motor skills.
They probably do. So like I said, so when my parents, because I always tease them, like, why did y'all put me in piano? Like, why did y'all do whatever? Because I can't remember how to play a lick of piano now. Yeah. But they were like, my mom was like, well, I mean, this is what your birth family did. So we wanted to still instill certain stuff in you.
That's nice.
Like, oh, okay. So, but I didn't like my piano teacher. So I locked his ass out the house one day. He never came back. I was so bad, y'all. God, I was so bad.
So how did they know that your birth people, like, did they talk with your birth?
She said paperwork.
Paperwork.
Oh.
Paperwork. Because I think when I don't know, but I'm assuming when my grandmother filled all the paperwork out or whatever she did, they probably had a questionnaire, like, So at that time, I remember asking my mom, like, why didn't y'all really push sports? And she was like, we didn't have to because you were adamant on running track. So then when I met them, I'm like, did anybody over here run track? And then my mom Sharon was like, well, your daddy was a wrestler, so I don't, Yeah.
As a mom, if you were to hear someone say, well, I'm gonna just say this is my perspective. I actually dislike when people try to be the reason for my success, because a lot of work was put in to be this good at something. And so you as a parent, if you was to hear Kamari or Ashley say like, I learned how to hoop on my own and I got to this point because I worked really hard.
I did with that with Ashley.
Yeah. How did that make you feel to hear that?
Hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Hurt my feelings. And she knows. Like, I've dealt with that. So as much as people say like, well, it always seems like you support, well, back in the day they did. Oh, it always seemed like you support Kamari more than you support Ashley. It's like nobody really knows what I deal with or what I dealt with at the time, because she was very adamant of saying like she's done everything by herself as she has, or giving my mom like so much love, and it's like, I'm right here though. Yeah. Like, yeah. That's a real statement.
Okay, so what would be a happy medium for you then? Just personally for myself. I need to know the answer to this.
A happy medium for that. I kind of think like that's just growth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just like, it is what it is. You're able to feel the way that you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like some way, shape, or form I lacked somewhere in her life. So as much as I used to fight her on that, like, well, how could you say that? I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. Well, how many times are you present in a relationship and you really feel like that person ain't there?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I understand, like, how many times you laying in the bed with a nigga or laying in the bed with a bitch and you lonely?
Lyrical crazy.
That's your lover girl ass.
Yeah, Lyrical
like,
crazy.
how many times do you feel like, and it's okay because it's like that with kids.
Yeah. Adults tend to forget that kid, like you was once a kid too, so you should be able to understand that.
And it always takes me back to once I started becoming so bad and rebellious. Well, Belisha, because that's my government name. Well, like, what were you looking for? Like, what was you? But I didn't know at the time what the fuck. I just wanted to know, like, oh, y'all really like ain't my people, so shit, I'm gonna try to get over on any and everything
That's crazy.
I can do. But then once I figured out, my daddy like, I am your motherfucking father.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bought you in this house literally. I will remove your ass. Get your shit together.
Well, coming from the perspective of you having adopted parents and biological parents, do you think that whoever raised you is what helps dictate like that how that child will come out, or is it just all in the bloodline?
Who raised me is who I am.
Okay.
My bloodline, no ma'am.
Okay.
No ma'am. Now I'm very connected in ways. We have ways like them or like whatever. Mm-hmm. But I will forever love my birth mother, right? I will forever love her. But yo, I'm so good over here. Mm-hmm. It was one of them situations where it was like, be careful what you ask for. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I love her and I accept her for who she is, but she never could understand why I was so attached to the person that made her give me up. And I think for me, I was so like, well, I want to meet because you got me now, so you good. I'm gonna protect you. Mm-hmm. Let me go over here and talk to this motherfucker and see, like, well, you can't stop what God got because I'm right here. Mm-hmm. But once I started having conversations with her and started realizing that me and her are kind of the same, and her relationship with Sharon was like me and Ashley's relationship, it was like, okay, I'm starting to really kind of like understand. But I fell so in love with my grandmother because I would never be here. I would never be right here. So it's like, now that I'm your child and you see me and I'm physically here, I'm not hurt. Mm-hmm. You know, yes, you've missed out on 33 years. I'll never understand what that felt like. But yes, I do understand how that feels like. Mm-hmm. But let's figure it out. Like, let's keep going or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, no, I was raised by standards and sternness and love and affection and every single thing. And I'm so blessed that I wasn't raised over there. And I'm okay with that. And I'm standing on that shit. So
10 toes.
Yeah.
Now, if you had, I'm gonna ask for some advice.
Okay, I'm ready.
Cause I had a father in my life, and I was a daddy's girl up until he started being neglectful, and then I made the decision in third grade. He's no longer he's no longer to have access to me because he started being neglectful. One of those, I'm gonna come pick you up. I'm by the door waiting, and he ain't come pick me up. So from there to now, no communication from me. And he started reaching out 4 months ago, trying to, like, we getting older now. You think
from you being in third grade?
No, 4 months from today, he started trying to like reach out to me and see if we can have a conversation, and see if we can start a relationship.
Bring him on the pod.
I tried. But me, I don't know if it's me being too prideful or if it's just genuinely, I have this thing where I don't want to be around people that does not live the standard of living I would like them to live. Sorry, as far as my morals. If you say you're a good person, you want to be in someone's life who deems to be a good person, then you should also want to take care of all your other kids or want to have a relationship. He has 9 kids. I'm his first child. And so I feel like I don't want to have a relationship with you or even entertain one until you make amends with all your younger kids first before you come to me, because I feel like I'm the child I'm the child he asked for. He asked my mom to have, and I'm the one that you would deem to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just don't think it's fair to give him that access to me until he make it right with those kids first. Because those kids, strippers, past,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they have past that you don't really want to talk about, I suppose. So that's where I'm at with it. I'm like, I don't want to give him that until he makes right with them first.
You want my advice on that?
Yeah.
That's not your business.
Okay.
His other kids are his business. They're your siblings.
Yeah.
But the inner child in you still needs clarity of what happened. So maybe once that situation is never can be fixed, but had a conversation about it, and you start, because see, I'm an action person. Even though I come from words, fuck words. You gotta show me. I'm from the show me state.
Yeah.
So the situation that he has with your siblings, that's how they are. You know what I mean? Maybe because of what they've seen of the environment from their moms or whatever. But the relationship that you always wanted to have with your father, it's never too late. It's never too late to have a conversation. You ain't gotta fuck with him, but have that conversation to give him peace in terms of, let me show you some grace and show you what you missed out on, and let me explain to you, you be the spokesperson for your siblings, just in a different way. Make him want to have relationships with your other siblings just off of having a conversation with you.
What if
Because you'll hurt him more about giving him a little bit of access versus none at all. Because he already used to not having none to you. No way.
What if I also add that we had the conversation 3-4 years ago, and he said the reason why he started being neglectful is because he had to work. Right? He woke me up 2 a.m. in the morning, dark as hell outside in the car, to tell me that bullshit. And then he also told me, you the oldest, so you need to, you know, start reaching out to your siblings and have relationships with them. And I'm
Absolutely
like,
not.
what about you? When are you going to talk to your kids? So
Right.
it's like, I had that preliminary conversation, although it was 4 years ago, and we can have another one.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going off of, but you just didn't know that information.
Yeah,
So
I think, okay, so now that you did have a conversation with him, I think also, I said, sometimes a person is just a person. Take the titles out of it. People just fucked up ass people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a person is just a person. Once a person showed you who they are, that's just who they are.
Yeah.
Father, no father, cat, dog, door, light, camera, action. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that at the end of the day, we need to start living life with no regret. As long as you know that you tried.
Yeah.
As long as you know, okay, I came from this person. View him for what he is, not for what you want him to be. And by you being the oldest, start also putting in your mind and thinking about, like, well, how was he raised? It's always a past of why you're acting like this. Like, okay, you're running from responsibility because you worked. Well, nigga, everybody works.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking option to take care of your child. And sometimes people be thinking like, oh, okay, well, it's just the financial aspect. Like, as we get older, I just want you to take care of my mind, you know? So I feel like when it comes to your siblings, that's not your situation to deal with. You have to you can only deal with your situation because you have to have some type of peace. It's up to you to decide how much grace you want to give him. And if you want to shut the door, it's okay to shut the door because you know that you tried. You can't change him now. He gonna do what he gonna do. Y'all.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like you're trying to hold him accountable for something that
like
you don't have control over no more. So that'll heal your inner child.
My sisters on my dad's side came to me. Well, the oldest out of on my dad's side, she came to me and told me some fucked up stuff about things he could have allegedly done in his past on their side of their upbringing with him. And me, I just. It's certain stuff I don't stand for, like sexual assault, murder, those things. It's like, all right, now we got to have a conversation because we had a death in the family on his side, and family came together for the funeral, and then I had an episode with the cousin that came on.
I was just going to ask.
He told me that my two sisters on my dad's side could have been assaulted by those cousins that passed, and I never knew that all my life. But my sisters, I knew that they were assaulted or just had trauma from just something like that. And it's like certain things you know you should. I just feel like
as a
we
father,
all should.
You should step up.
Yeah.
But I also feel like that. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
can you hold the mic closer?
There is trauma in every sector of people's life.
Yeah.
Some is not seen. Some is just not spoken about. when you're dealing with things like that, you're never going to get the answer that you really want to get. Yeah. And sometimes it's true. You don't get the answer from somebody until their deathbed. We try to figure out why we got to go that far. Because 9 times out of 10, I ain't even coming to see you then. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just kind of feel like when it comes to parenting situations, there is no rule book in this shit. You know, because guess what? He got to live with the fact of he's not a good father or he's not a good person, or you know things, or you could have stopped certain things. That's another thing that could be pushing him away because of the embarrassment of knowing I should have stepped up for my kids and I didn't. So let me go talk to the one child that's a little bit easier to have a conversation with because she's my poster child in so many words, not knowing that like, but these my siblings. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm rad for my sister because I understand. Cause you also understand. You know, the situation is just different. So, like I said, life be life.
Life be life.
Oh, God.
Shit. That's probably going to be the title of this episode.
Oh, God.
Now, let's switch gears. Let's get a little happy in here. We got a game that we play on the pod called Weird or Nah.
I got OnlyFans links for Veterans Day.
Okay, bet.
Weird.
Weird.
What you mean?
And so Weird or Nah is we're going to give you a headline. And you just let us know if you think it's weird or not, and you give a sentence to explain why.
Okay. All
right. So, pilot accused of trying to stop engines mid-flight after taking magic mushrooms and asked, "Am I dead? Is this hell?" Is that weird or not?
Weird as fuck.
Why?
Nigga, you trying to kill everybody? Because you have.
New Orleans Saints player Michael Thomas was arrested after allegedly throwing a brick through a contractor's windshield who kept parking in the street near his house. He also allegedly took the project manager's phone and threw it. Is that weird or not?
No, he was just angry.
I feel it.
He was just going through some stuff.
Lil Yachty says hip hop is in a terrible place and there is a lot of low quality music being put out. Is that weird or no?
No.
Why?
He's absolutely correct.
Okay.
Former NFL star Earl Thomas' ex-wife and her new boyfriend reportedly steal $1.9 million after. Man, what? Okay, I read that wrong. Former NFL star Earl Thomas's ex-wife and her new boyfriend reportedly steal $1.9 million after stealing Earl Thomas' identity. Is that weird or not?
No.
No. Okay. Why?
Everybody doing some stupid shit nowadays.
Okay. The world is Florida now.
The black co-captain of the riverboat involved in the Montgomery brawl has been charged with 3rd-degree assault according to court records. Is that weird or no?
Nope. Not weird at all.
Why?
Because they never gonna look at themselves. They always gonna try to place blame on us.
Period.
Free my nigga, man.
Now.
A police officer in Australia put a gun on his coworker and threatened to shoot him after the colleague threatened to reveal spoilers from Top Gun Maverick. Is that weird or not?
Weird. It's weird because I don't even. It's just weird.
U.S. lawyer shoots and kills 2 climate protesters in Panama. Is that weird or no?
No, because somebody always doing some stupid shit.
Okay.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson says he was asked by political parties last year to run for president. Is that weird or not?
No. Weird? Weird?
Would you vote for The Rock as president?
No.
Take this one, Jonesy.
The judge in Young Thug YSL RICO trial has ruled that lyrics can be used as evidence against Young Thug and his co-defendants. Is that weird or not?
Weird as hell.
Why?
Because words, it's words. You can't prove nothing just because somebody says something.
Right.
Okay. Last one. Keke Palmer files a restraining order against Darius Dalton, accuses him of abusing her multiple times. Is that weird or no?
No, not weird at all.
Why?
Should be happening. Should be happening.
Okay. Now, I'm going to use that one as a leg way to this topic I want to ask you.
Okay.
That nigga going to jail. Send him to jail immediately.
He's so happy about this.
Damn.
That nigga is guilty.
Now you've been in the industry for how long?
17 years.
Okay.
Going on 18.
What was the turning point for you to become a manager?
Ooh, the turning point. So the whole reason that I'm a manager is because of Ashley.
Okay.
That was the turning point.
So she came and said, "Hey, mom, I want to rap."
Nope. She didn't never come tell me that shit. I found out.
Oh.
Yeah, kids don't never tell their parents they rap.
And then it's like, well, nobody can manage my baby better than, like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but like, I can't see me just telling somebody like, oh, just come in here and just, not have free reign. No. So it was like started managing her, and then I met people along the way, and I trusted other people to come in and do what they needed to do. And then she was going to do what she wanted to do at the end of the day any damn way. So kind of worked that way.
Okay. Now, could you give us a rundown of just the lows first of being a manager in the industry, and then we're going to get to the highs?
The lows are you are dealing with people's emotions, and you are dealing with people. You are dealing with egos. You are dealing with entitlement. You are dealing with a sense of I'm the shit because I'm starting to be known. I know everything. Not making enough money. Being away from your family. I'm talking about the lows, right? Being away from your family. People thinking that you're irrelevant because the people that you are working with are relevant. People believing every single thing that person is saying because now they're up. People thinking that you're not worth shit because you're a woman in the industry. The sexual downsides of because you're a woman that you're gonna fuck to get to where you need to be. The lows. A lot of lows. Yep. The work, not being paid for the work, not being appreciated for the work.
No more net 30s. We ain't taking no more net 30s, gang. I done seen a net 60. I'm like, boy, I wish
contracts, the lies, no unity, theft of an artist, people taking
credit
for your work. Being used.
I feel like that used one is probably often.
Yeah. Oh, no, not no more over here. What else? That's I probably said a lot.
A lot.
I was just running. I gotta watch this back. Yeah.
Now, what about some highs? What were some high points?
The highs are as a manager, understanding what your purpose is in a person's life. Understanding that you are the bag. Understanding that all of the work that you do is warranted and that you have a purpose. Understanding that you can make money just like your artist can make money. Understanding what the business is. Understanding what the connections are. Understanding how to demonstrate corporate inside of your own business. The unity, the travel, highs, the recognition, the love, the being able to help people that you never thought that you could help, the fans that you acquire by just doing what you're doing.
Right.
The people being appreciative of just who you are as a person, your business being successful, being able to work and not have to go work another job where you have to check in and work for somebody. The highs of knowing how to position your business to keep you afloat. Working with amazing clients that you never ever in life knew that you would work with, and people knowing your name that you never thought.
Okay. How do you build trust in the industry?
You create your own little circle.
Okay.
And your circle is
Oh.
So I'm going about it the right way.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You
Nobody knowing nothing about your shit.
Ooh.
Literally.
Nobody
No,
knowing nothing.
big on that one. I'm so secretive about what we do here.
Nobody knowing nothing.
You had said something about corporate within
inside of your own company.
What do you mean by that?
So like I have my own music label that was started because Timberland told me I needed to start it because I was doing everything under the sun. So when
subtle flex, keep going.
So when people met me, they were like, and at the time I had Tink, well, how are y'all getting all of this? And I'm like, it's just me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's the music that's making her work. It's the music that's making me work.
Yeah.
It's not her as the it's her music.
Yes.
Like she's a phenomenal artist.
Yes.
So everybody coming. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, how are you doing all of this and you don't have a label? Well, okay, I'm gonna just create one. So once I created one, it was like learning how to, every corporation starts with something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like learning the business. So now 323 Music Group is a corporation. It's not an LLC. So learning what that is, first off. Okay, let me just create some shit because he told me to create it. And at that particular time in my life, he was big for me. That was like my first A-list person I ever worked with. So it was like, okay, he told me to go create Timberland.
Okay.
It was like he told me to create something. I created it.
Yeah.
Then getting a business manager. Then paying taxes.
Yeah.
Then understanding what my articles of incorporation was. And then understanding who's the president, the CEO, learning stuff.
Yeah.
And then being happy to know like, oh, I got a fully functioning business, but I really still don't even know what the hell I'm doing. But
yeah.
Ooh, that's relatable.
But I got it. So it's structuring your situation.
Yeah.
As if you would go to a Starbucks. Starbucks is structured.
Yeah.
So to know that you have that corporation inside of y'all shit, you build it the way that you want to build it. You create rules. You allow people in the way you want to. We don't know about all these businesses, what's really going on. So why should anybody know what's going on with us?
Yeah.
I heard that. I also heard Tink a workhorse in the studio, so she gonna keep you working.
She's been amazing. She's always been amazing in the work. She's
like she gonna spend 8, 10, 12 hours. Yeah, I heard
but
she like that.
That's any artist. Durk was the same exact way, and he's still the same. So that's any artist. If you saying that you do this,
and
you only in the studio 3 days out of the month, what you doing?
For 2 hour sessions, y'all hear that? You 2 hour session buying ass niggas.
Yeah.
Get in the fucking studio.
Yeah, go do something.
Hey man,
Jonesy, man,
motherfuckers ain't seen me in 117 days. Hey bro, I'm trying to get like 2 hours on Monday. Man, get the fuck off my phone.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. What you doing? What we doing?
We wasting our time.
Yeah.
That's 2 hours I could be using getting the fucking nut off or something.
All
bro.
right, Jonesy.
And I'm recording.
All right,
music.
so
Starbucks.
You know what I'm or getting Starbucks.
Go get some Starbucks. Like
you feel me?
All
right. Jonesy and I have talked about black people and niggas on the pod before. Just trying to get a difference between those two, and I was speaking from a professionalism perspective. And I know that he said that it don't seem like you got patience for niggas and you got more patience for black people. You want to describe that real quick? Yeah,
you hate dealing with niggas, bro. I mean, I hate dealing with niggas too, but this is what I grew up with and around. So it's like, I know.
It triggers you.
No, it depends on what we're doing. But it's like, if I have to get something done and I have to deal with niggas, I know what I have to do. And I got the patience for it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But I don't like it. T don't got the patience for it.
I don't have the patience for it.
All.
I don't like it. I will go to a black person. I will not talk to a nigga.
Because like let's say I'm dealing with niggas and they say, yeah, pull up at 4. I know to pull up at maybe 4:10, but I also know to bring like a backwood and some weed or something because they're not gonna show up till 4:45. So I'm gonna go pull up. I'm gonna be on time, depending on what we're doing. I might be on time or not, but if I have to be on time, I'm gonna go be up time. I'm gonna roll some weed. I might even smoke it a little bit because I'm dealing with niggas.
But what's the difference when people be like, "Oh, we showing up on black people time"?
I don't like that.
Not that you don't like it, but what's the difference?
Well, black people time is the politically correct word because you on nigga time.
Yeah, that's
you
nigga
doing
time.
nigga shit. But black people time is the political time. Yeah.
No, it ain't.
Well, it should be.
It should
when
be.
I'm
It
talking about
should
black
be.
people, I throw the
Yeah,
name.
no, you want nigga time. We gonna call it what it is. You want nigga time.
And I grew up the same environment as everybody else.
Yeah.
But did you have to deal with niggas? Like, have to?
My mother is terrible with time management. It's
Oh,
okay
yeah. Oh, yeah.
for
Your
her
mom
to be
is
2
a
hours
nigga.
late to an event. It's not. This person.
No. Yeah, I'm not coming.
Yeah.
2 hours late. Like,
Yes.
no, I don't understand that.
Our
Yeah.
relationship is over. You show up that late.
Yeah. So when
you didn't really want to come.
Right.
Exactly. And you say you had to figure out how to build a corporate-esque structure in your business. So I had
to learn how to build a corporate structure within myself.
Okay. That is an even better point.
Because once you decide the shit you not gonna take, and once you decide, like, I have to show up and be lyrical at all times.
Mm-hmm.
I had to learn how to show up and be lyrical and just sit back as well and allow people to know that I was in the room without me being in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I'm so structured within myself because I'm a powerhouse by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to learn how to relinquish some of my duties, you know what I'm saying? Just to try to, because I can't do everything, to wind up having to do everything 10 years later any fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you have to figure out a corporation within yourself. You are your bag. You are the walking entity in your life of how you're going to get that money. You are the spokesperson for everything that you're doing. And I think that I can't, you know how niggas be like, women, we'll show up being loud, boisterous, and missing everything because we just want to be seen. You are more seen when you are quiet. You know, you are more appreciated when you are the walking bag of yourself. And I think that's what sets me apart from so many people, because I branded the shit out of my company.
Yeah.
I branded the shit out of my company with working with the clients that I worked with. I was very passionate, proud of them, or whatever, no matter how it went. If it went that we didn't work together no more, if we went that we worked, whatever it was. But I've always branded myself in terms of I'm just as fucking important as you, because I'm doing the leg work on the back end any fucking way. And that's anything. Like the baristas at Starbucks, they are doing the leg work to keep your company afloat.
Yeah.
So how is that? It has to be some type of structure at the end of the day. Just at the end of the day,
yeah. So you got those t-shirts you selling for $75, and you know you pay $15 for those shirts, and you don't understand how to make a profit from having 10,000 into the shirts. You want 25,000 profit. You know, you got to figure out a lot. I be going crazy off of just young entrepreneurship in our community and them not researching first before doing it.
You don't understand. Like it's yeah.
That instant gratification. They want to get out here and
the entitlement.
Yes.
That people are supposed to fuck with you because of who you are. Why?
Yes.
Like you just started selling t-shirts 6 months ago. We not finna know you, bruh. We not. I'm sorry.
Unless you have that one, like it's like that artist that has that one hit song. Like Tyler right now. The water song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her song is an amazing record.
Yeah.
That is why that shit is everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
Right then and there. A person having a t-shirt. You come to me with a dingy ass t-shirt that I don't understand what is going on with this. And I'm about to put that on my body.
I don't understand the brand. I don't know you.
But if it happens to be like that shit and it looks good, guess what?
Yeah.
It might take off because you put so much. First of all, you can tell when somebody put so much effort and took the time to do something versus, oh shit, I'm just gonna do this because motherfuckers gonna buy this shit. I'm gonna be the bitch that ain't gonna buy shit. Yeah. I'm not gonna buy it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but I just think people just have this sense of entitlement. Like that I could talk about that all day.
Yeah. I want, because I know my listeners gonna be mad if we don't talk about Tink and Lil Durk and all of that. So we could talk about that quickly. How did you get to meeting Tink and Durk and bringing them on into your management?
So I met Tink through a past business partner that she reached out to, I think, to actually do a video. And I winded up meeting her and having a conversation with her and her parents at that particular time and started managing her. Durk on the other end, I met him in the alley. I got a phone call from some niggas in the streets. Met him in the alley, winded up having a conversation with all of them, meshed, had a great relationship, and as everybody knows, I'm indebted to him for life because his 2 oldest kids are my godchildren.
Oh,
okay.
Angelo and Bella are my godchildren. So
You was asked to be the god mother through y'all relationship.
Yep.
So that means that you actually played like a real role.
Yeah, like he Durk
Outside
is
of
like
music.
a brother. Yeah,
Yeah.
like his Nikki, who is
I was
his,
gonna say you was on the block with OTF Nikki. Shout out OTF Nikki, man. That's my
her
dog.
name is not OTF Nikki. Her
Shout
name
out
is Nicole. Her name is Nikki. But yeah, that is like one of my best friends. That's my sister, and I met her through Durk.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been rocking ever since. So both of the kids, they're so much older now, are my godchildren.
So OTF Nikki not a real thing?
OTF Nikki was who she was back then, but who she is now is a grown ass woman.
Okay, so we probably shouldn't call her that.
No, call her Nikki.
Damn, I really. Okay, shout out Nikki, man.
Yeah, you would love her if you met her. She's such a sweet. She's a businesswoman, but she's such a. She has this business called. Well, actually, I work for the business as well, called the Credit Click.
Okay.
All over the world, so she actually does credit repair.
Okay.
Okay.
And she's doing amazing. She has about 22 employees, or staff members, or what I should say. And I manage the managers over there with her. Mm-hmm. She has an amazing business. So yeah,
man, shout out Nikki.
Yeah,
shout out Nikki, man.
Yeah, amazing woman.
Speaking on Tink, because you talked about just how talented she is. Mm-hmm. There's always this like commentary about like why Tink ain't as big as SZA or the Summer Walkers, and she been doing it as long as them or as mainstream as them. If you had to give your take on why that why is there, what would you say?
I knew that was coming.
I got a more direct question, but I'm gonna hold it.
Okay.
Now give it to me so I can answer it all at one time.
Who signed off on that million record? Matter of fact, don't say who, but how did that get signed off on? How did that get okayed? Yeah, because I know she had better music. I know she did.
To me, there would have never been a Summer Walker if Tink's situation would have never got started with Timberland.
Okay. I got cooked on Twitter for saying this, but go on.
And I was in that situation, and Tink should be much bigger than what she is. Mm-hmm. She deserves that, and she should have, but life be life, and sometimes we make bad business decisions, and sometimes you have to, do what you think is best to find out that wasn't the best situation for you. Mm-hmm. At the time, Tim was, in my mind, he's always going to still be grieving Aaliyah, because they were great business partners, and he respected the hell out of her, However, and I don't want to hear it, I already know. However, the Million record was something that he signed off on. Okay. And Tink was in it at the time. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't, when you're dealing with an A-lister and you're dealing with an artist that's coming up to becoming an A-lister, you're always going to take advice from what you think.
Right.
You've done it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that Million record, at that particular time, I was at the tail end of the situation, and I was being pushed out of that situation. Mm-hmm. But if I was still in that situation, that record would have never dropped.
Mm-hmm. At least be on the same page.
It would have never dropped. It never should have dropped.
So y'all don't think that should have been her first?
Absolutely not. It was more records over there. I still have all of the records that when we were working with Tim for 6 months. I still have all of those, and it was many, many, many amazing records.
Yeah.
But I specifically told him, like, don't drop that record. Like, even when she had the situation with Rick Ross, and they were mad about the record that happened with that, and that whole situation was just like a shit show. But you got to go through shit. Mm-hmm. You got to go through shit, you know. And I think that made her a much more wiser person.
Yeah.
I never agreed with that deal at all.
Can we talk about the deal?
No, I won't talk about it.
Okay.
I never would have. I was out of it by that time, and I figured out why I was out, because y'all need to do that deal.
Mm-hmm. They gonna cut out the person with sense.
Yeah,
that sounds familiar.
That did nothing. Yeah. So, but she's a student. That girl, she can rap and she can sing
Yeah.
and she can make some records, but she's definitely a lot of people would have been not even thought of if
Tink.
she just could have kept going. So Summer Walker's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, Tink the blueprint for a lot of R&B
lot.
now. There's new age
lot.
shit. Tink is the
Oh,
blueprint.
yeah. You cannot deny her vocals, and you cannot deny good music. And I've been in every interview. I've been in every magazine. I've been in a fade saying the same thing. You cannot deny good music. That girl is an amazing, amazing artist.
So with the way that her music is marketed, do you think that, because she's consistent, her music is, she's consistently putting out music, she worked with Hitmaker, and I feel like that upped her production. Like the songwriting there, she got it, but I think switching over to Hitmaker upped the production. In my opinion, I just still waiting on that turning point with Tink's music where it sounds like this is a certified hit, like a Summer Walker, Girls Need Girls, or
Honestly,
Snooze, like a certified hit. I don't think we got that yet from Tink.
Hey man, you got that Million record.
Shut up.
I don't have no like words on that because I'm not part of her situation, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it saddens me, but
Yeah.
I have no.
It saddens me.
Yeah,
She
it
was
saddens a lot of people, but I have no like nothing disgruntled to say about her situation. But I know exact because I get that on every. I understand it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We need to get her with Sean Garrett.
Get up with
Tink and Sean
Garrett.
Garrett to make some crazy shit.
Would.
Okay.
They'll make some crazy shit.
They would.
Now talk about the moment where you feel like I've gotten you to that point and now I have to let you go to reach a higher height.
I've never felt like I needed to let you go.
So you feel like
I get that they have to let me go because now I'm not on the same page as them. How the fuck am I not on the same page with you?
Yeah.
And I've been with you from
day one.
How? My mind is only going to expand bigger.
Yeah.
But I'm a vocal person. And because I'm not a yes bitch though. That's the thing. I'm not a yes bitch. I'm not a follow the line ass nigga. I'm not that person. I'm a creative as well. You know, so you're only going to, but see, then again, also, like I said, people have entitlement issues because people don't never want you to be on the, they want, if you up here, you want people down here. I'm not that person. If I'm up here, I want you right here. I need you right here because I don't know everything. Yeah. You know, so this entertainment business is full of shit.
Let's go. I finally don't sound like the mad basement tweeter no more.
The entertainment business is full of shit. It's a clout chasing ass fucking business. It's not fair.
Do you watch the R&B Money podcast with Tink and Jay Valentine?
I have, but I haven't watched it.
Jay Valentine, do you know anything about him?
She's worth the trouble, y'all.
Shut up. So his niche on that is to always talk about the business side of the entertainment business. So many people on there talk about how they had shitty deals, and he's like the devil's advocate about why that shitty deal is your fault more than their fault. Okay, so you're on that side. Cool.
Me too.
Okay, cool. All right. So
you can't sign a deal if you. I mean, like
once you understand. Even just like business in general, like
you have to have an attorney for everything.
Yes.
Make sure that the attorney that you're hiring is not full of shit. Make sure that the attorney that you have is not a clout chasing attorney. Make sure that the attorney that you have that is representing you is not a yes person to you. If you went and signed a fucking contract, you signed a fucking contract. Now, if you sign a contract without an attorney, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's on you.
Yeah.
But the business ethical person on the other side, you should not be fucking letting a person sign a contract without an attorney. Yeah. It's your due diligence to be like, nope, you need to go get an attorney, whatever, and you stay out of it. Yeah. So when people get themselves into fucked up ass situations, that's your fault. That's your fault. If you're dealing with a fucked up ass person, that's your fault.
Okay.
Because there's some people who will walk you all the way down to a contract, and you can't leave this room if you don't sign that contract. And it'll probably be you and your fucking homie from the trenches or some shit.
It's your fault.
Right. You cooked.
Because you're so thirsty for money.
Yeah. So we ain't even gotta go any further on that. You already gave me your point about that. So now how did it feel for you to have to let go Durk and Tink after helping them get to where they were at.
She didn't let them go. They let her go.
I mean, okay, how did
So
they
let
can
you go?
grow. Bars. I'm a poet too.
Shut up.
Uncle
So
Jonesy.
that particular situation with Tink, that crushed me because I brought somebody in to help me, and he fucked me. And
Ooh.
I brought him in from Durk's situation for him to fuck me over. Me trying to help him, right? And then I also was dealing with Timberland at the time, so that was a long battle for me. But what's crazy about that is Timberland's son and my son are best friends now.
Oh, okay.
So God has a way of,
Yeah.
healing and revealing, and everything's fine. That situation with her, that scarred the fuck out of me because I did everything possible to help with her career and get her. I mean, everybody know my story with her. I never even had to say shit. When people would come and be like, Lyrical, we already know what you did. We seen you, da-da-da-da. It's like, okay, I'm the person that you'll never hear my side of the story because I'm going to shut up.
Yeah.
Right? Karma has a way of working itself out all the time. Has nothing to do with me. Right? When I got to Durk's situation, I got let go of on some street shit. It was safe. It was a safety. It was better for me.
Yeah.
At that time, everybody was getting killed. Managers were getting killed.
Yeah.
I got put out on some safety shit. Durk didn't want to. It wasn't like he let me go. It was some street shit that it was just like, I'm gonna remove myself, and that's what that was.
Okay. Well, I want to play a little game real quick before we come back to
I don't like
questions.
games.
Okay.
So this is a simple this or that, but this or that edition is the managerial edition where you choose who you would rather manage.
Come on.
Okay. No, I'm shooting shots because I made this up on the fly.
I like this game. I think. I think I'm gonna like this.
You will. Now, Tink or Dreezy?
Wait. Stop. Wait.
This that bullshit I be talking about.
Wait.
This why I don't like playing games with her.
Like managing right now. If I had a choice to manage right now.
Yeah, is it managing now or
Now.
overall career till now? What are we managing?
I'm gonna let it be off of whatever you want it to be. I'm not gonna give you those conditions.
You can't do that.
You can't do that. What's the guidelines of the game?
Like now or then? Because I managed.
And Dreezy been around for like 8 years now. 8-9 years. That's a lot of time in hip hop.
I know, and I feel like whichever one I tell you is gonna make it easier for you to answer.
Oh, okay. So what's the question again?
Who would you rather manage? Tink. I'm sorry, Tink or Dreezy?
Hit up Harold some 87, get a 5-piece with some mouse sauce.
You gotta choose one.
I don't. She gets off on games like this.
Tink.
All right, good answer. Good choice.
I'm picking Tink too.
Okay.
J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar?
Damn. It's crazy because I managed J. Cole's bass player.
Okay.
I'm gonna say J. Cole.
All right, bet. Beyonce or Taylor Swift?
Give me the Swifties, man. Beyonce seemed like she don't listen, but she don't have to though because it's Beyonce. But it'll still get frustrating.
Lyric?
Taylor Swift seemed like the we finna print your schedule.
I feel like on a culture side, I'm supposed to say Beyonce.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with Taylor.
Ooh.
It just seems like an easier job.
You know what to do with that, Jay. A TikTok influencer or a SoundCloud rapper?
TikTok influencer.
All right. Lil Kim or Nicki Minaj?
Lil Kim.
Same.
That was quick. Didn't even think about it. Rap or R&B?
See, this ain't fair because R&B costs a lot to play.
I have both.
Mm-hmm.
Rap. Get to the bag.
I get to the bag.
R&B is an expensive game.
It is.
Especially if you got an R&B female artist, you finna come out a lot of bread.
But you know what's crazy? You bought a Tank.
Yeah.
I manage his band.
Okay. His whole band or?
Band. I got his band now.
Oh. Female rap, you don't think they're just as expensive or probably close?
Female rap is very expensive.
I was gonna say,
because you're dealing with a female.
Okay. Now I'm gonna get I'm gonna give one more.
Mm-hmm.
Drake or Lil Wayne?
Drake all day. He's a Scorpio and I'm a Scorpio.
Shout out Scorpios, man.
Big
Scorpio season.
Scorpios.
When your birthday?
October 26th.
Oh, you an October Scorpio.
That's the best. The fuck.
Okay. All right. So there was a headline that had went out. Juicy J had said rap is down 40% in sales. And he called out rappers, producers, labels, we gotta do something about it. Right. And so I dug a little bit deeper to figure out exactly where he was going with that. And basically the sales in streaming has gone down than what it already was at. And so I guess the culture is trying to figure out a way how to pivot between that and how
stop letting in this bullshit ass rap. Ain't nobody going to buy that shit.
Okay.
They going to the concerts, yeah, because it's like it's hype
Mm-hmm.
to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Who over here buying any of that shit?
Yeah, we ain't buying
I'm not
shit.
buying no rap.
Shit. This shit make my head hurt because I don't understand what the fuck is going on. Because I come from music, so music is inside of me. I deal with people who really do this shit and they suffer for it because this quick dumbass shit just gets on.
Yeah.
And artists don't even put their music in a position to even sell it.
No, they don't.
Everything is on streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't know how to create a brand for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for all of my clients, it's a brand. You are a brand and you're going to treat yourself accordingly as a brand. And if it takes you a little bit longer, you just have to figure out what level of fame are you trying to get to?
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to get to the level where just people know you? Or are you trying to just be local? Or are you trying to have the world know you?
Yeah.
For me, I want artists that are festival artists.
Mm-hmm.
I need clients that are on massive, big ass stages. It's cool to start off at a lounge.
Yeah.
It's cool to do like the barbecue hip hop, like whatever. But we need to create something off of that that is going to create consistent income for you 5 years from now. Or you need those pictures and that look for people to be like, well, damn, who was behind them and they were doing all of this. But when you just want to go viral, that's the problem. People want to go viral. What does viral get you? It gets you temporary money.
And Twitter page is suspended.
Okay.
They took like 8 pages from me.
I mean, they've been trying to take down our pages ever since we done got over a threshold.
Really?
It's been bots trying to get our pages. Facebook then asked, do you want to add more? If not, we're going to take your page November 20th because you at a point where you can reach other people. Like,
yeah, going viral.
There's always stuff.
But I'm saying, yeah, and it does. It's like people don't understand the origin of business.
Mm-hmm.
So when you don't understand like what business is, you got to keep in mind all of these people. Like that's the thing, like what Juicy J said about like the rap. Well, we're suffering as a culture because of what we're allowing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God my babies got a mind.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God they like. I ain't got to go to that concert because I've always raised my children that you are a fan of nobody.
Yeah.
You're a fan of God. Y'all a fan of each other.
Yeah.
You don't even have to be a fan of me, but you're not a fan of anybody. So you're not finna go rush to some bullshit that's gonna create harm maybe in the end or something like that. Like you can't really be mad at anything that's going on because we allowing it.
Mm-hmm.
The masses are allowing it, not so much us.
Yeah. Allowing and enabling it.
Yeah. So when people be getting mad because you see Krishan like doing the most, the fuck is y'all mad about? Y'all got this motherfucker thinking that she just is untouchable when not understanding like to harbor around that baby and like invest into her mind and talk to her and get to her. But every time somebody do something, y'all applauding her for dumb shit or like explaining like, well, she doing this because no, like who raised y'all motherfuckers?
Take me out her group chat.
Shit.
I hate it here.
Speaking about,
look at the Walmart brand.
Yeah. This is a hot topic that was trending this week. It was a girl or a bunch of girls just posting about these Walmart shoes that cost $20 and said these are great.
It cost $20 no more problem.
They're sold out.
Inflation probably brought these to about 50.
These shoes are sold out in Walmarts. Everybody, all these women went to go buy these shoes.
Selena went and bought some?
Yeah. So I was just going off of what you just said is how we embrace these things and then we make it popular. Mm-hmm. When did you, us all being black in here, when did you realize that you had some type of influence or power to move people? individually before we talk about Black culture?
When people would come up to me and be like, I'm such a fan of you,
Mhm.
or
Let
I've
me see
seen so much stuff that you've done,
Mhm.
or I get a lot, like, I love your children.
Mhm.
I love how you raised your kids. I love you and Ashley. And they don't really even, you know what I mean? It's just like, damn, y'all be watching me like that.
Yeah.
Or they'll be like, oh, like, what always gets me is the out of town people.
Mhm.
Like, oh, Lyrical, like Lyrical. I heard of you before. Oh, you used to manage Tink. Oh, you used to manage Durk. Oh, you used to do this. Oh, you used to. It was like, yeah, that's when I knew. Like, okay, I'm doing something right.
Now, did you always believe in the rhetoric that us as Black people hold any power in pop culture, or did you have to learn to believe that we actually really do have an influence on pop culture?
I think we have an influence in everything in life.
Mhm.
I don't think it got nothing to do with pop, water, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I just think we just hold an influence in life, and we are just because, like, what's this thing? Everybody woke.
Yeah.
We've been woke.
Yeah.
Like, it's just you just figured out who you was. I've been knew who I
Yeah.
was.
We gotta bring awareness. And
Right,
nigga,
like-
we've been aware, my guy.
Yeah, like,
You
that's
haven't
because
been aware.
everything is on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything is on social media. Like, everything's going to go on social media. So,
Folks' whole sense of reality comes from social
Social
media. Like, this
media.
shit is crazy.
but what's crazy is when this wasn't around, I was still the shit when it wasn't around. Like,
yeah.
motherfuckers didn't know me though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, the people that needed to know me knew me. God just gave us a bigger platform. And it's for you to be able to know how to use it and nurture it and get some money from it or whatever. Like, none of this shit was created by coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, it's just, you have to figure out how to manifest it. It's just like when people be on interviews and they up here like talking shit because they know it's gonna get back to the next person. You're just a toxic ass motherfucker. Like, why do you want to bring that shit into the world when everybody is gonna watch you?
Mm-hmm.
It's just all on how you yeah, it's about growth and development. Cause I'm sure when I was bad as fuck. Listen, if I knew, I forgot. I was just having a conversation with one of my business partners, and they were just talking about how, like, they never could see me crying, or they like, we don't think you cry. And I'm like, nigga, I cry every day.
Yeah.
I'm a whole
Like,
crybaby out here.
I cry every day. Like, it's always something going on. And then when I told them my upbringing, it was like, Lyrical,
Mm-hmm.
a demon. Yeah, but I grew up.
Yeah.
You know, but who wasn't bad as fuck at 16?
Exactly. Who wasn't fighting their best friend at church?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We all did that.
Yeah.
Man, I was sleeping in
Yeah.
church getting whoopings for it.
Yeah.
Y'all was out here crazy.
I'm out here trying to steal peppermints and talking to my, pointing to the lady sitting in the pew because she got a mole on her nose, and then my bitch ass grew up with a mole on my nose. Like,
Boom.
yeah,
That's
so.
funny. Now, what I would say about I feel like with the whole woke word,
Mhm.
so many of people from our culture that came before us,
Mhm.
they didn't like put us in better positions with their time on earth. Like, so
Why you say that though?
Me and my brother was just talking about this.
because
What position were they supposed to put you in?
so like just based off your own family tree, how many people can you say graduated college or started their own business?
On my, in
Well,
my tree?
yes.
Everybody graduated college.
Okay.
Pop your shit.
How many can you say, Jonesy?
Hey, chill.
All right. And
Chill.
me, I'm a
But
first
that-
gen.
See,
So
that's what I'm saying. But like, it's off of the structure of that family. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm not the person that's really like into, like, I have sisters and friends who are like really into activism and culture and
Yeah.
everything else. I feel like for me, I'm not a politically correct person. I just live my life.
Mhm.
And whatever I see, if it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. I'm that person. But you know how, like, when you grow up and they be like, oh, your ancestors did this for you, your grandma did all of this, da, 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 da. It's like, but I wasn't there then.
yeah.
So I'm here
Right.
now. So I'm gonna just do it the best I can so that conversation that you just had never comes up. I feel like we're more aware in this generation
Yeah.
than we've ever been because God put a little extra sauce in some of us.
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
You know? So
And now it's like, what to do with that awareness?
Yeah, it's too much.
Those are the questions we need to be asking. Like,
what
bro,
to do with that
yeah,
awareness?
like,
I'm
we
tired of
already
having
know.
these conversations.
Where do we go?
know. What are you going to do?
what
with
are
it?
you gonna do about
Yeah.
it? Like, what's your responsibility in your life to give back to people?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like eventually you'll have so much stuff that'll suffocate you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do to get it out?
Yeah.
Don't sit up here and make excuses, nigga. Get on Google. Google is God. When God created Google, whoever
he went crazy.
He went crazy.
Yeah.
The person that he created to create Google.
Shout out Mr. Google or Miss Google.
Yeah,
or Miss Google.
Yeah, it could be anybody, but it's your responsibility to put your best foot forward to learn something. It is not the responsibility of somebody else. And if you did not grow up, just with that type of household or whatever, you have to get it the best way you could. Eventually, you have a chance to get it right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So get it right or figure it out.
Choose the right responsibilities.
Yeah.
Don't go accidentally creating responsibilities because then you ain't gonna like your life.
Yeah, right. If you know that hurts over there, why you keep doing that?
Why you keep doing it?
Why you keep doing that? But
or if you know you don't want to take care of it,
why you
leave it alone?
Leave it alone. But if this over here feels good, don't you want to feel good? Like, life is not hard. It's just about making the best decisions for yourself. If you feel like you just a person that just go kill everybody and you feel like that makes you feel good, nigga, you know eventually what your time on earth is gonna be.
Yeah.
Someone's going to kill you.
Yeah, like, and you going to hell.
Yeah.
The fuck?
You're going to die.
Today, now.
It's just karma. That's how I get through to my street friends.
Yeah, just treat people accordingly. Like, treat people accordingly and just live your life right.
It's like, I would never judge you. I would never, you know what I'm saying? I love you to death, but you're going to die.
Yeah, I don't even have time to judge stupidity. Like,
you keep doing this dumb shit, you're going to die.
Yeah.
I'm going to be sad, but you need to know this.
Yeah, and I'm going to be sad for so long. Because you're too lazy to get your shit together? That's what you're telling me? Like, you're too
lazy to think?
You're too lazy to think.
Because it starts with a thought. You too lazy to think better, bro.
Like, yeah, a person starts with a feeling.
I ain't got nothing to add. I agree.
You know,
I agree.
Like,
real bar spitters out here.
It's like, how many more excuses are you going to make for why it ain't working in your life?
Yeah.
What is it about? I just tweeted this the other day. When you going to look at you? When you gonna look at you?
When you gonna have that ego death?
When you gonna have that conversation with yourself? It cannot be everybody else. When are you gonna look at you? And it's like, damn, it's really me.
Yeah.
And don't it feel better when it come from you?
Yeah.
Like when you tell yourself, hey, bro, I'm on some bullshit. I'm fucking up. Let me get this shit together. You gonna have it the easiest way if you have it with yourself.
The easiest way.
You ain't gonna want to hear it from your homie.
Take time out for yourself. Stop making excuses about people not fucking with you or people don't like you or people whatever. You don't fuck with yourself.
Like I hate that post where it's like people need friends that'll tell them about yourself. You need to be that friend to tell yourself about yourself.
Yeah.
Because you ain't gonna want to hear it from nobody else. I know I don't.
Yeah, and if you around people that's not encouraging you, they not your people anyway.
They should be encouraging you to have them conversations.
Some people have you around for entertainment purposes only.
Boy.
Some people have you around because you the joke.
Yeah.
And it's funny.
Yeah.
You make me laugh every time. Ain't you tired of people laughing at you?
Yeah.
Boy. You ain't no jester, my guy. You a person.
You're a person. You're a human being. But it's your responsibility to figure your shit out. Because eventually you'll be 33. You'll be in your 30s. You'll be in your 40s. You'll be in your 50s. And you still doing the same exact shit? Like,
all you can say is I post a bunch of, all my profile pictures was money that wasn't mine.
My designer came from DH Gate.
All my kids hate me. Like, just,
what can you do? You live a sad ass motherfucking life, bro.
Boy.
Yeah. Now, I wanted to ask a little bit about the time we met.
Yeah.
So we met at Revolt World. She's a person that I met when I was telling y'all, but I met some people at Revolt World. And
did you meet her before or after the fuck nigga?
After.
Okay.
After.
Oh, so you know about Brandon?
I was on that.
Devin? You know about Devin.
So it's crazy though, because I'm so like tapped into spirituality. It's just when I walked out of that room, I was heated, hot, and I was trying to tell myself, even though I knew that it could be some type of disappointment coming here, I'm supposed to still network and do some stuff for the brand. What
God has for you is for you.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have did that if you beat up Devin.
You would.
Or had somebody there that would have beat up Devin.
I would never beat up Devin. You would.
We definitely wouldn't have been there because we would have got escorted out. So you would have never met her.
Yeah. Long story short, I was just heated and I couldn't even get myself to want to go talk to people and give business cards and stuff. But then I saw y'all talking, and I don't know, it was just something about
the spirit.
Go to them and just those be the first people you talk to, try to network with. And I went to y'all and y'all was from home. And so that made my entire energy just feel so much better because you validated me in that moment.
Yeah, and we was on that.
Wait, so who else were you with?
I was with Ashley. I was with Vicky. I was with Tino from Atlanta. But instantly I felt like, okay, where he at?
Y'all was going to jump him?
No, it was just that I'm a part of. So I have been on Revolt for the last 3 years. And I've been brought on as a speaker for a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
So just hearing what she was telling me, and I'm like, sometimes you got to pull up. Sometimes you have to have a conversation and look a person in their face for them to let you see, for them to be able to see like, oh, I'm right here, which is the same thing I did with my grandmother. Mm. You can't stop a guy, like, I'm right here. Like, talk your shit now. And I think that was the situation for her. It was just like, people be thinking they are so up here. Mm-hmm. And it's so easy to bring him back because he's always going to think about her. He's always going to still think about her.
See, that's my problem. Like, I be wanting to use violence to bring people back down here. You can't do that every time.
Can't, man. Well, more than likely you shouldn't.
Yeah, but but
sometimes you can though.
But no, but like vengeance is not yours anyway. Mm-hmm. That ain't for you. That ain't your battle. God got that.
But it wouldn't have been vengeance in that moment because he disrespected us in that moment. So then you slap him.
But then what would that have gotten you?
Exactly. Nowhere. It wouldn't have got us nowhere.
Probably in jail in Atlanta. Yeah. Now you got to pay bail money.
We good. Yeah. We ain't just gonna be out here slapping people. No, we gonna have to sit in jail. It's funny because
he did say, I hope you don't win the lottery as a joke or some shit. Because like, I hope I don't regret doing what I'm doing right now.
And we hit the lottery because now we with Lyrical and not Devin.
He's so irritating, bro.
But I get it. I understand it. But people are always gonna try you.
Yeah. And I had saw who they chose the winner for that year of the podcast pitch. And it was some masculine presenting woman with a business pod, I think. Mm-hmm. And
it's okay though.
Yeah, it made me more angry, but it motivated me even further to just keep going.
Yeah, and shout out them for winning.
Because at the end of the day, like that just wasn't your time. Mm-hmm. It's okay. But your time is coming, definitely. Yeah. Like, you went through that for a reason. Everything that is done is for a reason. You were supposed to go there, approach him. He was supposed to play with you the way he played with you. Mm-hmm. You were supposed to go and tell him, like, don't play with me in my face. Because guess what he did? He didn't play with you in his face, in your face. He actually became small because to do that to us, and you one of us, is like, oh, okay. And whoever won, shout out to them. Yeah. That was just their time. But you never know where you're going to be in 6 months, tomorrow, a year from now. But you have to go through experiences in order to be able, that's your testimony once you get to wherever you're going.
Because that was their time, not yours.
I ain't being positive. Yep. Come on.
So me slapping Devin wouldn't have did nothing. None at all.
That's why you don't
It would have felt amazing, though. It would have felt really good.
Now, with the world, like, being so
I got
to
get these shoes.
You like them? You fuck with them?
The gray ones.
Because they are cute shoes. Like, they pretty much what shoes look like today that's popular.
But those shoes used to be the shit back in the day from what I heard. I never wore them.
I never wore them. Shit. Now, we know growing up, Walmart shoes is not something we would be happy to get.
You show up with some Shaqs, we on your ass.
Yeah, Shaqs definitely.
Show up with some Air Force Ones and a nigga on here like that. Yeah, bro, we on your ass.
That just shows how powerful we are.
Yeah. But these also is understandable because they look like shoes that like New Balances. Yeah. They look like New Balances.
Man, stay away from my New Balances.
Yeah.
Because the hype beast gonna drive the price up. I'm gonna be upset if I can't spend $80 on shoes no more, bro. I ain't got it. I ain't finna front. I ain't $200 for gym shoes. Nah, bro. I'm good.
Have you ever thought about managing more than just artists, like with the world? Because I know you have some influencers on your roster now off of Love Island, right?
Yeah, no longer. So they actually were coming to a manager that I mentored.
Mm-hmm.
And so she wanted me to come in and help them.
Mm-hmm.
But their situation right now is not conducive to management.
Okay.
So we just don't have anything to do with them right now. But I wish them the best. They're working on themselves. Because what I have learned in working in film is that when you are on these shows, you have to make sure that your business is straight. And it has to click on to you like this show is eventually going to end.
Yeah.
What's going to happen after it ends.
Mm-hmm.
So for a lot of my babies that are young, that are just in the like reality, like that time tick.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have nothing going on afterwards,
and they ain't paying
what is
much
there
for
to
what
manage?
they
They're
for
not
like the
paying.
type of screen that they're
They're
putting
not
you
paying
on, and for what
anything.
you're doing, they ain't paying much.
Mm-hmm.
You finna get about
You
20,
out here-
30,000.
Yeah, you out here making. We out like the world is making more than what they're making. They're seen, but you got to know how to manipulate that shit while you're on there. You got to
Mhm.
learn it.
You got to
So,
spend that off in the club appearances.
Yeah,
You probably do music.
It's a hard reality afterwards, and I can tell people that are in that world, stay on your emails when you on the show, because somebody is in that emails in them DMs and stuff, and that's your business. After you get out that contract, you still need those relationships. So, yeah.
Especially them emails. That's where the real business
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
Ain't finna be no yo DM. Yo.
But yeah, no, I've managed. I managed every walk of life, like
Podcast?
everything. I'm looking for a podcast.
Fighters.
I managed a fighter before.
There we go.
What is something you haven't managed that you look forward to managing or want to?
I don't know, 'cause I feel like I've done so much. It's just whatever situation makes sense, and that whatever situation makes money.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that the requirement, or if a person ever wondered, when do I think I need a manager? What moment would that look like?
So you need a manager when you have too much business and you're not able to structure everything.
Mm-hmm.
When you need somebody to actually be able to speak for you, or when you have a situation that, like Vicky is my artist.
Mm-hmm.
She also has a podcast, but she also is a journalist, and she's also a media coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Her podcast works for her because she's everything else, and I think like your podcast works because you're structuring it to do, exactly what you want, exactly what you're going to target. So when you have so much business where it's like, damn, I just wish somebody could have this conversation for me, or I wish I could get somebody that can negotiate this for me, because I don't know how to do that, but I just know I need somebody to handle my business. That's when you reach out or you have the conversation.
Yeah.
And then some people have startup companies that are fine. I do artist development for consultation artists, where they come on and I manage them for a period of time to get them together.
Mm-hmm.
And then we talk about a percentage later. So if anybody comes to me and they just need, because business is business at the end of the day. Like it's about the bag. So I'm a master negotiator, and I have the gift of gab. And I'm proud to say that I have tenure in the game now. Mm-hmm. So I must know what I'm doing a little bit.
Period. Now we like to drop. You got a question before I get to my gems?
Yes, I do actually. What fuels? Well, first I should ask, do you genuinely enjoy managing?
No.
Okay, never mind. I don't even got to ask my second question because I hate it too.
Okay.
Yep, my questions are done.
So what do you see yourself when it's all said and done, and now it's focused on what is Lyrics happiness? What do you see?
I don't know, because my purpose on this earth is to save one soul a day. So I don't really know. Like God put me on this earth to do everything that He wants me to do, not necessarily what I want to do.
I feel that. That's how I feel too. It don't seem like you deserve happiness. Like just constant.
It feels. It's just like it's always this. It's always this. It's always this. Like, when do I get to me? Or like, why do I have to do this in order to get money? In order to get to me? Or you get what I'm saying? So for me, like, I enjoy being happy with people. You know how people be like, well, I enjoy seeing people happy. No, fuck that. I want to be just as happy with them. You know? Yeah. So my ultimate happiness is to see my children be everything that they ever wanted to be, and me helping them as much as I can. But for me, I feel like I'm in the thick of this shit. So I just do what my calling is. And my calling is to come nurture, provide conversation, to be able to give back with my experiences.
Yeah.
So people don't have to go through shit that I went through.
Yeah.
To be able to give my testimony and to be able to speak about God in every single thing that I'm in. And that's it. That's all I'm supposed to do. And then if I get money on the way, I get money on the way.
Well, now I do have a question.
Okay.
Would you say you're selfless or selfish?
I'm very selfless.
Okay.
I need to be more selfish. I'm learning how to be selfish.
You gotta have that healthy balance.
And so it's actually really hard to be selfish when you're a selfless person or have that purpose.
It's hard, yeah.
It's like, if I got it, why am I saying no?
Yeah. But then why do I keep saying yes when I already know what the results are going to
be?
Boom.
Yeah. So we like to do this thing where we drop a gem to close out each episode. So you got a gem that you want to drop for us?
Our guests usually rap them.
Shut up.
Not. A gem is to just be true to yourself. When people are talking to you about certain things, listen. So you don't have to go through every experience. Sometimes the experience that people have already been through is enough experience for you. Understand that everybody has been through something. Be kind to people. You never know what somebody's story is. Don't waste people's time. Don't waste your own time. Don't be out here doing dumb shit. Some of us have more time behind us than we actually have in front of us. Do not be just creating kids to be creating kids. Understand that Instagram is social media is a business tool. It was put here according to back in the day to show pictures, but it doesn't have to show everything in your life. So whatever you're putting out there, you're allowing people to judge. Stay true to yourself.
All right.
Boom.
Like those gems.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you.
I got one.
Man,
Okay,
what's
come
your
on.
gem, bro?
Come on.
It just go off of what she said.
What is it?
Smart people learn from their own mistakes. Wise people learn from the mistakes of others.
Okay.
Be wise. You
All right.
dumbass niggas.
You just couldn't leave it.
I couldn't. I can't.
It wouldn't
I'm
be
not
right.
there yet.
It wouldn't be right.
Not there yet.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the
problem.
pod. I've been waiting for this episode, so I'm glad we got it in the books.
Yeah.
And I hope we continue, build our relationship with each other.
No, we should. I love this.
Thank you.
I love
We
this.
trying. We trying out here.
I love
Yeah,
this.
you probably my favorite guest so far.
Nice.
At least top 3. Let me think.
Yeah, because you say you
Nice.
fuck with my uncle, bro. Don't do
No,
that to
your
my
uncle probably my favorite. Your uncle probably undisputedly
And you gonna say
your
that in her
favorite.
face that you just gave her
Oh
number
yeah,
one?
I mean she top 3. I said she top 3.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? But big uncle out there, yeah, man. Fuck them fake what are they? Fake
Moors,
Moors.
All right, bro. If you are on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell.
Dirty Moors.
Dirty Moors.
There we go.
And if you're on your favorite streaming platform, thank you for tuning in, and make sure you leave us a
Rating
Peace.
and harmony.
Yes.
Boom.
Just watch the damn podcast.